Hello everybody, it's DK and welcome back to another episode on the Ukiyocraft server. It's episode 6 and believe it or not, a ton has changed since the last time we were here, so let's take a look at some updates real quick. First thing that I want to show you guys is underneath of our house, we have a sorting system. This was built on stream and took way too much redstone and way too much iron, but it has made life so much easier. So much easier at this point. And along with our sorting system, our slime farm is now officially completed and has iron golems put into it. This took me into the wee hours of the night to complete, but it was worth it for the 32 slime balls that we've gotten. No, I'm joking, obviously. We have a chest in the house that is full of nothing but slime balls. I cannot begin to tell you guys how absolutely monumental this whole process of making this this sorting system was, and how like important it was for the server, because holy cow, I had one giant chest monster going on upstairs and I had no idea where anything was. I still have the chest monster, but at least now I know that the chest monster's at least filled with random junk for the most part. There's no real rhyme or reason to it now. So, sorting system is good. We have lots of things down there. Iron farm is still producing more iron than I know what to do with at this point. I have about 27 stacks of not iron ingots, but iron blocks down in the sorting system. And it's absolutely crazy. So let's take a look at a couple other things. So something you didn't get to see in the last video was the marketplace being built. Now, obviously the marketplace is not like completely finished up here, but yeah, we have some stuff going on. It's actually really nice. We have our own ramen shop now. Like it's crazy. So people are starting to move into the marketplace already. It's absolutely bonkers, ladies and gentlemen. And finally, probably one of the biggest changes to the server up to this point is the introduction of the villager breeder and the villager trading hall. And these things have been working overtime to produce, currently for us, librarians, which are going to be super important, and we already have one librarian that is giving us exactly what we need: mending books. This was not an easy task. This took about 3 hours worth of work on stream, and if you want to see that video, you can click up in the top right hand corner right now, and you'll be able to see the entire live stream of how we built this, start to finish. It's a wild ride. So, let's talk about plans for today and what we're going to do. In today's episode on the Ukiyocraft server, ladies and gentlemen, I want to address this castle and my thoughts on it. So I've put a lot of work into this thing already, and here's kind of the issue that I'm running into here. This castle sits directly on top of a ravine. And the ravine is directly underneath of this, meaning that in order for me to dig all of this out, I'm going to be digging straight into a ravine. So I think we're going to have a change of plans here. But our change of plans is going to involve taking this concept that we had and going bigger and better. But I'm not going to tell you exactly what yet. All I'm going to tell you is that it involves my trusty Silk Touch pickaxe here, and it involves a ton of stone. So, I think today we're going to start off with a quick 1 hour mining session. And I'm going to show you guys this one in the form of a first person time lapse. So, enjoy, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. Alright, and we're back, ladies and gentlemen. So, that was That was quite the hour, but after an hour, we have managed to gather, yeah, a good chunk of materials. We have this chest basically completely full, and this full of stone, and we managed to get some granite and some diorite along with it, as well as excavating a ton from underneath. So you're probably wondering, what in the world does he need this much stone for? Well, we are going to build a massive castle. Still castle themed, but this one's going to be probably 4 chunks big. And this amount of stone that I have is still nowhere near enough for what we're going to need. So let's sleep through the night real quick, and we'll move on to our next project for the day. I swear, the amount of mobs that spawn in this area of the server is absurd. This is probably the 5th creeper I've seen in the last 5 minutes. And I don't know where they're all coming from. Oh, one shot though. Okay. Is that another one? That is another one. That's great. Hopefully he goes through the nether portal. Alright, so our next project, ladies and gentlemen, is actually a fairly simple one. We have all of these villagers and we need to name them, which is going to be a very, difficult task. So, we have already 2 villagers. We have one named Mender and one named Bookie1. So we're going to name another one Bookie2. We're going to name this one Billy Bob. We're going to name the next one, let's call him Timmy. Little Timmy. And there's 3. And I'll go see, I think this is enough for the librarians that we have. So, as it turns out, the librarians continue to file in every time the villagers breed, which makes for a very interesting time, and also some lovely sounds. Alright, and ladies and gentlemen, for our final project today, we're gonna get started on this castle build. But before we can do that, we kind of have to know exactly where it's going to be. And here's the thing. We have a lot going on in this area of the world already. We have a ton going on. I want to kind of expand out and get my own area going on here. I want to be a little bit farther away from everybody else. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to head off in this direction. And we're going to find ourselves a suitable spot and start mapping out exactly how big this castle is going to be. And when I say big, it's going to be big. So I will hop back with you guys when I find a reasonable spot that we can use for this build. And ladies and gentlemen, after much searching and going several thousand blocks away from my original base, I think we have finally found where our new mega structure is going to be built. We are going to build directly next to the ocean and directly next to an ice biome as well. So we have a lot of work to do here, as you can see, terraforming wise, because I haven't told you this. Our base is going to be 5 chunks by 5 chunks, meaning that this base is going to be 25 chunks big. And it's going to be absolutely monstrous. So, first thing that we're going to do today is we're going to map out exactly how big this thing is going to be. So, I'm going to time-lapse my way through this as I draw an outline, and then I will show you guys from the sky on my spectator account exactly what this looks like. So, I'll see you in just a second. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that took a little bit longer than I had originally planned it was going to take, but it is done now, and I haven't looked to see how big this is. So let's take a look and see exactly what we're dealing with here. So, Here we go. Oh, that's huge. That's actually a really decent size. Except I still think it could be bigger. 25 chunks is a lot. But what if we went more? What if we went 50 chunks? Now I'm gonna have to map out 50 chunks and see exactly what it would look like. Because here's the problem. This looks like it could be a very good sized base, a very good sized castle. But by the time you take and you make these walls 3 blocks thick, or probably 4 blocks thick, so there's a pathway to go through them, and you put a castle in the center of this, you're not going to have a whole lot of room for everything else. I mean, I need room for farms, I need room for my iron farm, I need room for everything. Tell you what, let's hop back on the main account, let's go back up, we'll take it up to 50 blocks, and I'll hop back and I'll tell you guys exactly how this looks. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, after spending another absurd amount of time plotting out another 25 chunk section attached onto what I already had, it's time for the big reveal, and I haven't looked at this yet, and let's hope that this looks bigger. Yeah, that's much better. That's more what I expected out of megabase size. Yeah, this'll do just fine. This is huge. Oh my goodness. And this side over here seems bigger than this side. This is 5 by 5, so we have a 50 chunk area that we're going to be working with here, and this is going to be a challenge, because what this is going to involve is not only leveling out this area, but it's going to involve leveling out this entire mountain as well, because we can't just cut in straight through here and just leave this massive, like, sheer cliffside here for mobs to continue to spawn on. And there is a dungeon down there. Huh. So, this is going to be massive. Plotting this out alone was an entire inventory of cobblestone taken to do this. So, I think we're going to need, I'm going to have to do some calculations here, but I'm thinking we're going to probably need 10 to 12 stacks of cobblestone just to do the outer wall. And that's not counting all of the materials that we're going to get from shearing this out. So, I'm going to have to do some work on this. And I may do some of this on stream, and I may do some of this off camera, and I will definitely do some in the next episode. But holy cow, this is gonna be a project, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get back to base here. I'll get out of my spectator account, we'll get back to the main house, and I will see you guys in just a second. Ladies and gentlemen, we've just gotten back to base, and there seems to be a lot of action going on here at the villager breeder. I think I'm gonna open this up and let these guys get inside here. Come on in, everybody. Ooh. So we're gonna have to fill up all of these villager breeders, which means we're gonna have to do some work on this next time. My goodness, what a day we have had today. Between checking up on everything, finding a location for our mega build, and actually plotting out 50 chunks of what we're gonna do here. So I'm gonna throw this cobblestone and this dirt back in here, along with some seeds. And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the time I'm gonna have for today for this episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm DK. If you like what you saw, make sure and leave a like. Let me know down below what you'd like to see built on the server. And if you really liked everything that you saw, make sure and subscribe to the channel so you can keep up with this massive mega build that we're going to be starting here pretty soon. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!